We are starting with that terrible story from Mexico. It begins with the deadly cartel kidnapping of 4 Americans. Mexican authorities rescued 2 of the kidnapping victims yesterday, but sadly, very sadly, 2 other companions, that's Zendel Brown and Shahid Woodard, are found dead. The survivors are Latavia McGee and Eric Williams. They are in Texas. Omar Villafranca is outside the hospital in Brownsville, where they're recovering. Omar, good morning to you.
Good morning. 38-year-old Eric Williams is recovering from surgery at this hospital after he was shot in the leg during the attack. His wife told me when FBI agents knocked on her door and told her what happened, she was in shock. This image shows the surviving kidnapping victims, Eric Williams and Latavia McGee, in the back of an ambulance Tuesday, before they were returned to the U.S. and admitted to Valley Regional Medical Center in Brownsville, Texas. Their terrifying abduction last Friday is seen here. A U.S. law enforcement source told CBS News investigators believe the notorious Gulf Cartel was responsible for the attack, though it's unclear why Williams and McGee, along with their friends Shahid Woodard and Zendel Brown, were taken at gunpoint in Matamoros, in the state of Tamaulipas.
Como resultado de las acciones.
Tamaulipas Governor Americo Villarreal said the group was moved to multiple locations before being found at a stash house outside the city, adding that the man who was guarding them had been arrested.
To hear his voice, it was just a lot of crying.
We spoke to Eric Williams' wife, Michelle, over the phone as she described the emotional call with her husband, confirming that he was okay.
What did he tell you?
He's just glad to be alive. It's sad because 2 other people lost their lives.
One of McGee's family members told CBS News the group was traveling from South Carolina so she could get a cosmetic procedure, and said McGee had been to the region before for similar reasons. It's not uncommon. More than 1 million Americans traveled to Mexico for health tourism last year, spending about $250 million. But Tamaulipas is one of at least 5 Mexican territories under a State Department do not travel advisory over concerns that include crime and kidnapping.
Attacks on U.S. citizens are unacceptable.
White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
I would make sure that if Americans are thinking about traveling to Mexico, that they certainly heed the call from the State Department.
Mexican officials are still investigating, while U.S. officials are working to get the bodies of the other victims back on American soil, but we don't have a timetable for when that'll happen just yet.
It is an incredibly horrific story. Omar, thank you very much.